Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. To throw is Edwards. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
3rd play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Edwards. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Ready, set. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Look, squeeze.
On 1st down, Raymond. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 5-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gator. Here we go.
Now a give, right side, Raymond. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
Ready? 8, read. Yo, go. 50, hit it.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll have the 1st down as he's up to about the 18. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
We go. 50, plant. Now. Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. Bunk. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he coughed it up. He hurdles him.
Should get a gold medal for that one. Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. From the gun, Moran. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, switch gears.
61, matchbox lights. They go.
Edwards operating from the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Edwards. From the gun, he'll throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun on third down, Moran. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. No score after one on EA Sports.
On the ready.
On first down, Buck. And it's a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down.
Check 15, check 10.
Now a handoff looking right. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Here we go, set, 60 or. Check. Switch. Check. Hey, watch it. Four out. Check. Deuce. Hey, Sam on. 5.
They'll run on first down. It's Young. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Edwards now on first and 10. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Y'all playing the wrong football. Yeah.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Yo, faster. Hard. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine. Check. Ready?
Throwing again. Moran. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Eric Armstead. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
Brings up 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Go. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Bravo. Let's get in there now. Mike's 49. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Moran going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Got it. 58, come on. Read it. Check it out, read. General West. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. 5. And 58 is the Mike. Well, 58 is the Mike. Get that quarterback. Yep.
Now Edwards throwing on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
80 weapons. Clear. 58.
To throw is Edwards. Throwing again. Open man, here's Foster. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
He's not going to get me. Out. Bang. Rock it.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
152 fighter.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, exit.
From the gun, Moran. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
And it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Hey, Haywood. Hey. 58. Look at me. Zipper. Go.
Throwing on 1st down. Edwards finding Knox there, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
He's checking. Crash. Alert 3. Hey. Ready?
Now a handoff looking right. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
22 jet bomber. Slam.
Edwards Looking to throw on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, high 7.
Here's Edwards to throw on third down. He completes it to Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Brings up fourth down.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Give me some. Give me some.
Operating from the gun, Moran. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Guys, out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off. Go. March 49. All day. Hit it.
From the gun, Moran. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Set, 8, read. 58, right there. Not here. Check. Topper. Ready to go.
Edwards now to throw on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Come on, set, 50, plant. Coming this way, here we go. X3, 218, chopper. Check 3. Check 99, check 99. Set, go. 2.
Now Edwards on third down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Broncos take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Let's go.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down. Watch 81, fellas. Watch 81. Let's go.
To throw again. Moran. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton is the man he was looking for, but now it'll be 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Box drop. Switch it. Ready.
To throw on 3rd down, Moran. Looking for Campbell downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, watch the ball. Big grip.
Now a give, right side. Young. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Set, ready. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Switch up. Kill. General West.
Back to throw. Edwards. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll keep it on the ground. Raymond. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Moran. It's complete to Grant. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, they're just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st down, Moran. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey, Zoo. 49. 49's a Mike. 49's a Mike. All day. All day. 49. 49, guys. Mike. 49. Oh, you got deep?
Looking to throw. Moran. And the pressure gets to him again. Ed Oliver. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And all the way to the opposite 45. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 54 yards.
First down, Bills.
So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield.
Kill. You draw corker. Go. Ready.
Back to throw. Edwards. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Robert Foster, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He sets to fire deep, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Flushed out right. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Give them maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Bills' 20-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run.
Single. I got 87. That's me, boy. Yeah. Joker. Hit it.
From the gun, Moran. That is incomplete.
Moran's pass. Incomplete on the throwaway. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Moran. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This will be a 37-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw is Edwards on first down. And an alley to run. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Throwing to start the drive. Moran. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Jim. Protein spill. Back. Check nickel.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The Bills on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
What? Pilot, 64, weak. Jet bomber, 22 jet. Ready.
Looking to throw. Edwards. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here we go. On the ready.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. You go tight.
Greystone, travel.
You got tight right there. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Hey! Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Go. It's run. It's run.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
39-yard line.
Ready.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Big dribble.
And to give this time to the tailback. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Ready. 70. Indy. Topper.
Switch.
Now they try the right side here. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Lucky. Check.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and even playing on the road, the class of this ball club just too much to overcome.
Yeah, deep down, I think even the fans knew how this one was going to turn out. All right, they just came to support their team, hoped they'd see some good football, and they did, but they didn't really expect their team to win. In fact, they probably came in and said, let's win the tailgate, because that's where we have the advantage, and I bet they did that.
So for Buffalo, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.